Stop juggling, start blocking. Welcome to my channel, Habit Compass. Today we're talking about a fundamental shift in how we operate and honestly, how we view the hours we're given each and every day. You know that distinct feeling, right? Being completely overwhelmed by our schedules, just constantly running from one thing to the absolutely next without actually getting anything meaningful done. Well, the ultimate goal of this video is to help you put a hard stop to all of that. We're going to stop letting your day manage you and instead empower you to start treating your time like the absolute gold that it is. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Juggling Trap. Because really, task switching kills. Just imagine yourself standing under this constant, totally unpredictable rain of fallen clocks. Every single email ping, every sudden calendar invite, every last-minute request. It's just another clock dropping right on your head. That panicked, stressed-out feeling of trying to catch every single one of them, that right there is the juggling trap.
Okay, let's dive into this stark reality. 40%. When we're caught in that endless rainstorm of clocks, just desperately juggling tasks and continuously switching our mental focus back and forth between a million different demands, it isn't just mentally exhausting, it's actively destroying our output. According to our source material, task switching can kill a massive 40% of your productivity. Just think about that for a second. Almost half of your daily potential output is just vanishing into thin air. It's entirely lost to the mental friction of ripping your brain away from one distraction and trying to refocus on another.
Which leads us to a highly critical question that you really need to ask yourself right now. Are you letting your day manage you? Take a hard, really honest look at your own chaotic schedule. If you're constantly just putting out fires, if you're letting whoever shouts the loudest dictate your very next move, then you are definitely not in the driver's seat. The day is literally dragging you along. But listen, we aren't just going to sit here and dwell on the problem. We need a systematic way to stop those clocks from falling on us. We need to pivot our mindset right now away from the juggling trap toward an active, highly effective solution.
Section 2. Building the grid. Now, the very first step here is to draw a rectangular grid. I want you to imagine walking up to a massive, totally blank chalkboard. Instead of writing out some messy, disorganized to-do list, you draw this grid to cleanly map out every single hour right in front of you. You are taking the very first, absolutely vital step to taking back your day.
So here's the precise, mechanical methodology to actually execute this plan. Step 1, as we just visualized, you draw the grid. Step 2 is where the real magic, the real transformation happens. You carve out specific, dedicated slots within that grid. For instance, you take a block and you slide it right into a 6 a.m. slot, specifically labeling it deep work. By carving out this specific time on the board, you're effectively creating an impenetrable fortress for focused work. No one gets in. And then, step 3 is sealing that fortress to block out distractions. You're placing yourself firmly inside that block, 100% committed to that single task, and literally nothing else.
And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when you commit to that framework. You create a distinct, undeniable boundary. Think about the dichotomy here. Outside your time block, you've got all those familiar nagging things. The emails, the meetings, the endless pings, but they are left entirely on the outside. They are completely ignored while you're in your designated slot. Meanwhile, inside the block, you have absolute safety. You have dedicated space for deep work or, and this is just as important, dedicated space for family time. The chaos remains outside. Your focus remains protected inside.
Section 3. Reclaiming your time. Because ultimately, this strategy extends so far beyond just getting your professional work done or, grinding harder at your desk. It's really about holistic life design. Because you ruthlessly protected that 6 a.m. deep work block and successfully ignored the emails while you were in it, you are now free to seamlessly transition later in the day. You can move into a dedicated family time block, and you can actually do it with a real smile on your face. You can be fully present with your loved ones, not secretly checking your phone under the table, because you know your work time was already optimized and completed.
The crucial takeaway here is super simple. Time blocking equals control. Period. When you build that chalkboard grid and purposefully place yourself into those distinct blocks throughout your day, you're doing so much more than just organizing a calendar. You are fundamentally taking back the steering wheel of your life. You're deciding proactively and in advance exactly what gets your precious attention and exactly what gets ignored. And honestly, that is what true control looks like.
Ultimately, when you treat time like gold, it becomes gold. I want you to visualize that basic chalk grid suddenly lighting up and turning into solid gold, because that is what happens when you stop juggling and start living with intention. So ask yourself, what is the very first thing you're going to block out on your grid tomorrow morning?
If you learned something new, subscribe to the channel for building better habits through navigating Compass, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.